expensive to buy gallons of it, so that's the plan. It's day 2 now, and I got all the sides done except this last one here, so I just sprayed the remaining contents of 2 of these cans here. I got this one and this one. They're both kicked now, so we're going to let the Mr. Muscle do its job, and then we'll take all the rest of the paint off of this. What I'm going to do is I'm going to finish up with citrus strip each side. Again, it'll be another cycle of 4 sides, but what the citrus strip is going to do is it's going to really just clean the metal really nice. As gentle as it is on your hands and to your nose and everything, it really does a fantastic job. I mean, citrus strip will take away powder coating. Don't ask me how I know that. Also, as for the inside of this casting, I'm going to leave it as it is. I'm really not going to paint the inside or strip what paint is in there. I will clean it, obviously, to get any kind of junk that's out of there. And when it goes in for derusting, if there's any rust, that will come off as well. But I'm not gonna strip any paint or repaint on the inside, because it's only just gonna get, well, I mean, number one, you're not gonna see it, and number two, it's just gonna get contaminated with grinding dust anyway. So that's just a wasted step. And also time is of the essence here. I'm not making a museum piece. I want to get this guy back into service again. So, putting some citrus strip on here to get rid of all the stubborn paint. All the, it's pretty much down the metal, but there's paint that's all kind of inside the grain here. This is what you want to use. Citrus strip, it takes anything off and anything, and it's safe for your hands. It doesn't bother your hands. Obviously, you don't want to keep your hands exposed to it all the time, but it doesn't bother you really at all. And when you don't have a lot of paint, a little goes a long way, because it's really, there's nothing for it to absorb into. You have a lot of paint, this stuff gets, absorbed right into the paint layers. So this is a nice thick layer. Get it all in there. This is the final say now. This is what's going to take it all off. When I restored my 9-inch lathe, the 13, the Mr. Muscle just dissolved all the paint. The metal came out very clean. So there's some differences, I guess, in the different finishing from machine to machine. One machine will strip very easy, and some are stubborn, and this one is definitely one of the stubborn ones. I want to get it good and coated. And again, we're just doing one side at a time, really. Just easier with big pieces like this. This is not a rush job at all. You got to do one side, you got to flip it, you got to do the other side, and a lot of times it takes multiple days just to get one casting prepped. So now just taking this wire brush and just lifting out the paint. Citrus strip had enough time to work, and everything is coming out very clean, despite how it looks. Now this bottom part over here just needs to be de-rusted. You can see all the rust that's been revealed. And this is bone dry now. And get the holes, we clean them out with some little brushes. There's still a little stubborn paint in here, so this is going to be an ongoing process. So I'll finish this up, all four sides, and then we'll cut back in and show you how it looks when it's all cleaned up. What I have in these bags now is all the delicate cast aluminum pieces. These are the things that you can't use Mr. Muscle on or anything that's real harsh. So Citrus Strip has always been gentle enough. It's funny because Citrus Strip is gentle enough you could get it on your hands, you can hold the parts, and not that I recommend it, but you can. It's gentle enough to be on your hands, it's gentle enough to be on the cast aluminum, yet it will eat through anything. This stuff will eat through powder coating if you give it an overnight shot. So again, pieces are inside these bags. Not 100% airtight, but as best as I could to prevent evaporation. And we'll check these tomorrow, and hopefully we'll be able to scrub them down and get them cleaned. And now unwrapping this out of the bags, you could see exactly how nice this Citrus Strip works. Look at, it's just sheets of the stuff. And then this black crud here is the high build primer that South Bend used to use. And again, look. So what I'll do is I'll take all this paint off, right, and just get rid of it. And then I'll get a brush. I'll bring this into the sink. When we just scrape all this high build primer, it comes right off. So let me get this off, and I'll get it scrubbed down, and then I'll bring you back when she's clean. Alright, so we're making a little bit more progress on the pedestal grinder. As you could see, I used Citrus Strip, and we got all these parts all cleaned. All the paint is gone. This is cast aluminum, so I couldn't spray Mr. Muscle on this. That would have ate through it and really affected it. Also, on the mechanical side of things, I got new bearings now for the spindle, and these are replacing the old new departure bearings. And if anyone's interested, the part number is 6305-22, and I got these from Emerson Bearing in Boston, I think they're located. And these are Koyo. These are really high quality Japanese bearings that they assured me were really, really good. Okay, there are two cast aluminum shields that hold the glass. They're in bags right now, and they got the Citrus Strip on them, and taking the paint off the inside now on the underside of them. It was a little stubborn, didn't come out in the first round, so when that gets cleaned up, I'll take some footage of that. But small little update, making progress. Alright, now we're going to get ready to put these parts, we're going to dunk them into the Vapor Rust, get the rust off of them. You could see some mild surface rust on some of these parts. The pulley, same thing. And a lot of the nuts and bolts in here have a little bit of rust. I mean, they've been sitting for quite a while after they've been degreased. So we're going to get these in, and we're going to put these small castings in as well. There's a little bit of rust you could see here, and nothing too bad, a little tiny bit, but they'll brighten up and they'll get real pretty when they're done. we'll probably leave this in for just under a day because that's just very light surface rust. In fact, just a couple of hours really should do the trick. So we'll just leave it here and we'll get back when it's done. I wanted to talk a little bit about what I plan to do with these aluminum pieces. What you're seeing here is all cast aluminum, okay? And so these are the shield guards, right? This is a very intact piece. Looks great. No damage, no visible defects. However, on this one, most of it looks great, except over here. You could see some deep pitting. Now, I don't know what caused this, but it goes pretty deep, and I paid attention and took a lot of care when I cleaned this because I didn't want to crack it or anything. Same thing goes for this guy. This is the quench tank. All right, and this thing gets filled with water. Again, it looks great all on the outside, but there's a lot of pitting inside, especially all in these corners. Pretty deep too. I'm taking it maybe water did this over time, or maybe some of the chemicals that got in here from the parts that were being ground. I'm not 100% sure, but my plan basically is to do a little bit of body work on this. Carefully, I will mix up some Bondo and put it inside here. I'm going to clean this a lot better and try to get it as clean as possible. But I'm going to Bondo this, get it in there, and do some sanding, and then really paint it like crazy to try to, I don't know, fill in the gaps and strengthen it. So that will be that. And the same thing on here. I'll get some Bondo and just kind of spackle it in here. This will be very easy because they're all flat surfaces, and then just sand it out. So that'll be that. The rest of these are in real nice shape. They cleaned up well, and they're nice and bright and shiny. So that's how we're going to go about the cast aluminum stuff. Obviously, the other cast iron pieces are just normal. We'll clean them up, get them prepped, and paint them.